This book, Improve Your Chess Results, is kind of old, from 1985, but it was written by Vladimir Zak. And of course, today you might not know who Vladimir Zak was. He was the coach of Boris Spassky, the 10th world champion. And of course, Zak in reality had a career as a coach, so he saw everything from children to adults, whoever was considered talent or not. In this case, I would like to show you in this book a couple of games from a player that was considered even better than Karpov. But unfortunately he died very young. This player name was, in 1966 in Moscow, a new name appeared among the strongest young players of the Soviet Union. 14-year-old Mikhail Steinberg from Kharkov. Kharkov, I think it's in Ukraine, right? Share 4th and 2nd places in the USSR Schoolboys Championship with Anatoly Karpov, later to become world champion. A few months afterwards, in the USSR Championship semi-final at Oriol, Steinberg attained the Masters norm. No one else had ever succeeded in doing so at that age. So imagine this. He's writing about 1966 and he has a kid that is 14 years old and reaches master level, and for him that's huge, when today if you are not a grandmaster at 14 you are cut out and you are not so good, at least for the male players, right? And here it says, and at the end of the year, in the international tournament at Groningen, Holland, he won the European Junior Cup, equivalent to the present title of European Junior Champion. Already one was struck by his maturity as a player, his ability to conduct a protracted positional struggle, his accurate and deep calculation culminating in a correct assessment of the end position, and his fine technique in endgame play. To our deep regret, it was not possible for Misha to develop his gifts to the full. After gaining a mathematics degree at Kharkov University, he fell seriously ill and died at the age of 24. So I'm really sorry for this young player, but imagine the thing that at least in this book we can remember him, right? Here there is a game, Schlaketo Steinberg, 4th grade tournament in Kharkov, 1962. So Steinberg is black. The game starts with e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, d6, f4, bishop g4, queen d3, and here there is what is considered a mistake. And here Zak says the 10-year-old Steinberg hadn't been playing chess long and was unacquainted with the standard maneuver which leaves black a piece down, but at that age the odd piece here or there often make little difference. Rather, ingenuity and the will to win may prove decisive. The correct continuation was, and here guys I would like you to pause the video and try to find what is that is saying, okay? What is the correct continuation? Zak gives g6 obviously we are speaking of a book of 1985, maybe written before in Russian, so there were no computers, right? And so you must be careful. And here it says, after g6, white can play f5, because there will be g takes f5, h3, f takes e4, and so the bishop escape. Or knight takes c6, and here we can see it eventually, b takes c, f5, gf, obviously, ef, and queen d7. In either case, black would emerge with an extra pawn. Yeah, in this case he has an extra pawn, but let's keep in mind that the king is in the center. It's kind of in the center, but yeah, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, let's go back. So this was the position that we left, and a6 was considered a mistake. Can you understand why it's a mistake? It continues with knight takes c6, an indispensable exchange, b takes c, f5, and now yes, I think you can see why, right? e6, h3, bishop h5, g4, knight d7, and here white plays bishop e3, and he probably could have taken right away, here it says, but obviously white wants to avoid the queen h4 check. So black continue with knight e5, queen e2, rook b8, castle, d5. Black does everything in his power, but his trap bishop and retarded development deprive him of saving chances. White has many ways of winning. One of them is, of course, e takes d, c takes d, then we have f takes e, f takes c, and then bishop f4, when all black can hope is a miracle. So let's see again what white should play in this position. E takes d, okay, c takes d, f takes e, f takes c, bishop f4, and now of course this is the problem, this is the problem. Yeah, and here there is this. Okay, so it's clear why things are not going well for black, right? We don't really need to see the line in this case. But what did white play instead of e takes d? He played bishop f4. And this bishop f4 is not a good move, it seems as dubious. Why? Because try to see what should black play next. Because this is kind of important. What should black play next? So, if you pause the video and found black's next move is knight c4. After bishop takes b8, queen takes b8, we have b3, and how do you continue now? Obviously with bishop a3 check. Notice that he cannot escape, This is a big problem. King b1, and now queen b4. Now it seems that the best move for white was queen e1. But what did white play? White played knight a4. So trying to control this, right? And black continued with castle. After which there is another mistake by white, which is boom. This is really a big mistake. Can you see what now you really need to pause the video? You really need to find the next move for black. Otherwise you are just wasting time if you don't try to be proactive. So we have white that just was too greedy. He was greedy, but obviously he was thinking, then I put this here, I attack there, but I mean, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, all around your king, I don't know, clearly there is a problem here, right? So, what would you play if you were black? I hope that you pause the video, and now I will show you. Boom! Queen takes a4. A queen sacrifice always gives pleasure to a chess player, especially to a small one. Steinberg in the time he said was 10 years old. And of course white continue in his mistake with this move, and I think that by now you have seen the sequence, right? The sequence that brings to the checkmate. If you didn't see it, rook b8, king a1, bishop b2, king b1, and now there is the checkmate. Where is the checkmate? Is knight a3, checkmate, and the game is over. So a beautiful game, just 23 moves, and of course it was interesting to see that also if white took there, black didn't give up very easily and continued the attack. So I hope that you will have a chance to give this book a try. In the next video I would like to show you another game of this guy Steinberg, because it's also very beautiful.